The time is finally now upon us for me to welcome you to Dueling Keyboards.
Hello guys, and welcome to our brand new channel, Dueling Keyboards. I'm Jim, also known as Blackout Guy. On behalf of my co-hosts Alex, also known as Cormac Chameleon, and Tom, known as TST360, I'd like to say a big hello to you all. We're so incredibly excited to finally get this channel up and rolling. So now that we've got all that out of the way, and we've welcomed you all, let's start off with some Hitman 3. Now Hitman has always had a very special place in my heart. Going back to the original game in 2000, it was one of the first games that I ever played on my Windows 98 PC. Back then it was mind-blowing. The sheer scale of the options, completely open-ended world, blew my brain clean out, man. I spent days and days finding out new ways to take out targets and complete missions. I was absolutely addicted to the first game. So after a lot of deliberation, a lot of thinking about it, I thought, what better game to start this channel off with than Hitman 3? Now I know what you're thinking. It's Hitman 3. But this is the first Hitman game that I've played since Hitman Blood Money on the Xbox 360. Now Hitman Blood Money on the Xbox 360 was by far one of my fondest memories of the original Xbox 360 unit. I spent so many nights sat playing, finishing missions, finding different ways to kill targets, exploring the maps. The scope of the game was huge. On the surface of things it didn't look like much, but if you scratch below the surface, it was a goldmine for ingenuity and opportunity. So after all these years, here we are, Hitman 3. IO Interactive's latest entry into the Hitman series, and with that comes all of the content from the first Hitman reboot and the second. So as I'm diving back through the original included Hitman and Hitman 2 missions to catch up on Hitman 3, I stumbled across a mission from Hitman Reboot back in 2016, which I've been really enjoying. And the mission in question? The Landslide Bonus Mission. A very complex and challenging mission in which you have to neutralise this guy, the mayoral candidate hopeful and corrupt slimebag Marco Abiatti during his hometown election rally. Now Marco Abiatti is one slippery customer, but one thing I've always enjoyed about the Hitman games is the seemingly endless ways to kill or neutralise your target. So today, that's exactly what we're planning to do. We're going to find Marco Abiatti and find unique and interesting ways to take him down. So here we go with the first ever Dueling Keyboards video. 4 unique ways to kill Marco Abiatti. Now let's get to it.
Marco Abiatti is throwing a political rally at the beach to gain young voters, and getting close to him unnoticed might prove difficult, so pay attention. Men like Abiatti always have private scores to settle, away from the public eye. Good luck, 47.
Okay, so let's start off. Let's go and get a crowbar. That'll probably be the first thing that we actually need. Now crowbars are very handy in this game because they're one of the only probably 4 ways to open a door. So let's climb around here. Let's go through this door here, straight into the catacombs, through this gate, and look what we have here. Crowbar. Awesome. So pick that up, and then we'll walk all the way back. Not too far. Being careful as we go. Make sure nobody spots us. And I've just sped this a little bit up here so we don't have to wait around, because it is quite a walk up these streets. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a right here, wait for this guy to leave, get out of the door, open this door, and go into the apartment. That is the agent's apartment. So in here there will be a little suitcase stashed, and inside this case we have the rubber duck explosive device, which will come in handy later. So now we're following this priest. This priest is going to meet Marco Abiatti at some point later on. So after I've distracted the guards, I'm going to choke him out. I'm going to take his costume. And then before the other guard comes down the bell tower stairs, I'm going to pull him and put him in this box here. So I think we're in the clear. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go set up for the first part of this plan. Now, one of the ways I want to kill him isn't actually on the script. This is a completely different way. I've been doing this for quite a while on some of the older Hitman games, and it was actually one of my favourite strategies to kill someone. So what I would do is I would get out the remote concussion device or the explosive rubber duck, and I'm going to put this inside the confession box, and you'll see why later. And if I drop this here, as you can see, it's active and it's flashing. That means it's armed and it's ready to go. Now all we need to do is to get Marco to pick that up. So let's go speak to him. So this is the square where Marco will be stashed. He will be stashed in this house up at the top. So what we're going to go and do now is talk to Marco and try and arrange a meeting in the confession box.
There you are. My God, you had Botox too. Of course. Oh, nothing wrong with a little holy vanity. I want to confess. I know I have sinned, but I want to make a fresh start. I'll see you in the confession booth. Don't let me down. Grazie.
A little judder from that woman there. Obviously, no game's perfect. It's 2021. It's kind of something that we've got used to. But anyway, Marco has now walked down. I waited for him at the confession box, and he's coming to confess to his sins. Let's see what he does when he sees this rubber duck.
Huh?
See it right there? Let's see if he picks it up. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Let's go see.
I'm not completely clueless.
There we go, just as predicted. Let's take a seat and listen.
Thank you, Father, for seeing me. I've been looking for you.
I'm listening.
Thank you, Father. I thought you would be more reluctant, but I have sinned. I've committed horrible acts of greed, lust, and more. I'm currently planning on evicting this town and all of the old scum that's been sitting on this gold mine. I did it because of avarice, I'll admit. But this is such a beautiful town. It's far too good for the poor. We can make so much money here. And, well, will you forgive me, Father?
10 Hail Marys, and you're on your way to redemption.
Is that it? You have relaxed with time, Father Francesco. Thought you would put up a fight.
I believe in forgiveness.
Okay. I know you won't, talk. Seal of confession, you know. But I want the church on my side. I'm a good Catholic. So maybe join me on the roof where we can talk a bit more privately about how we can scratch each other's backs. Hopefully see you up there, Father.
Okay, so it seems like Marco has picked up the duck, which is a good thing because only I have the detonator to that duck. And now he wants to meet me upstairs in the bell tower. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make a quick save just so I can come back. And then I'm going to follow Marco up these stairs. And sadly, Marco is winded from all those lush Cuban cigars he smokes, and he can't make it all the way up the stairs. So we're going to have to wait a little while for him to cough his lungs up, straighten himself up. There we go. And then he will follow me up the stairs to the top of the bell tower. Now, having played lots of Hitman games in the past, and you probably have too, you kind of know where this is going. So I won't talk, I'll just leave the rest to be decided for itself.
Look at this town. It has so much to offer. Together, with the support of the church, this could all be ours. Oh, are you upset that I confessed? Ah, don't be. You and I are the same. It's all down to politics.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Target down.
Well, that certainly was a little bit toasty. So what we'll do, we'll rewind, reload a save, and we'll try something different. So now I think we're going to take a more boring approach. This is one of the more boring options in my opinion. He seems to be standing right underneath the speaker stand as he's waiting to go on stage. Just loosen up the crowbar.
Target down. Now
Boom.
head towards an exit.
Good night, Mr. Abiatti. Tell you something now. It's one hell of an encore. Now this is the strangest assassination attempt ever. I don't know why, don't ask, but for some reason, once I'd already done this, he didn't die. He just got knocked out, which for some reason, I don't understand. However, as soon as he left the scene and fled up the stairs, after I'd stopped recording, he just suddenly died. Passed out on the floor and died. I can't work this one out.
That was beautiful. Give it up for Cinque Ciliegi, ladies and gentlemen. But now, it's time for the Sapienza's finest. The man who wants to put you back on the map. Marco Abiatti!
Now going back, do you remember the rubber duck that I dropped on the floor in the confession booth that he picked up? He's about to find out what it does.
Oh, grazie. I hope that you're all having fun. You know, I was raised here, and Sapienza will always be my first home. So vote for me, because I know people. I know you. Vote Abiatti, and all will be good.
And boom goes the dynamite. However, he's only knocked out right now. But the weird thing about this whole situation is, he suddenly dies in about 30 seconds from now.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God, that's crazy.
wake
Oh
up.
my God, that's so
Anybody in
crazy.
there?
As you can see, he's getting up. His guards are checking on him. And he'll try and make his getaway. At this point, I thought I'd failed this one. But I don't know why. It might be a glitch. He suddenly just died as soon as he got to the top of these stairs. Unfortunately, this is as far as I recorded. So the final assassination attempt can be a bit of a cluster. By eavesdropping and listening in on to the backstage road crew's conversations, you come to learn that Abiatti's son actually owns this production company and they have a terrible history with health and safety and lots of accidents at previous shows. Sounds like something to take advantage of.
Pressure is just right.
It better be. Or it's on your head.
It's under control, okay? Just relax.
I never relax. Cables aren't secure.
It's all fatal electric boogaloo. You know, it wasn't even funny the first time you said it.
Just make sure everything's safe. Okay? I don't need any accidents today.
It is.
Sei sempre perso al rischio di tuo amore.
So now that we know the stage can be made into a gigantic waterlogged death trap, all we need to do now is distract the road crew and summon Mr. Abiatti to his fate.
Quello che voglio veramente semplice, amarti fino alla fine dei tempi.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this took me a fair few attempts to figure out how this one works, but actually it's quite clever. So I turn off the water, drain the tank, lower the pressure. Meanwhile, everything's going wrong on stage. Mr. Abiatti doesn't know what's going on, so he rushes to the front of the line to see what's happening. Meanwhile, I sneak round.
This day is not turning out to be the best.
Clear the stage. Now. This is now a potential hazard.
So now I've messed with the sound, let's see what Mr. Abiatti's personality is like off camera.
sorry, Marco, but we have a problem. The stage
Please!
kind of potentially of danger.
Leave the stage now! Until we clear this mess up. Oh, fuck! Damn it!
You can take it a couple steps back.
Clear the stage! Now!
Stay here. You understand
This
me?
is now a
You are
potential hazard!
just like the rest of them.
Marco, I think I left the mic.
We need to clear the stage!
Oh,
This is dangerous!
Back off. Start to freak me out.
Okay, everybody, please listen to me.
Good work, 47. Let's see if Abiatti can talk himself out of this one.
We have a problem. This is a real mess. This is real. Can you leave the stage now, please, until we clear this up?
Wow, that's one hell of a tough crowd there, Mr. Abiatti. Best make things right with the crowd before you go home.
It is nice to be back home in Sapienza.
However, the stage is still wet, and there's live cables everywhere.
So much time
Excuse me, but it really freaks me out when people stand
They talk about everyone like that. The fact Italians, Africans, homosexuals.
Target down. Now head
Well, Marco certainly got his election campaign off to an electrifying start. However, I don't think his public image is too hot right now. Thank you very much for watching. We will hopefully bring you more content very soon. If you would like to subscribe, please do so. Also, feel free to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And also, remember to follow us on Twitter at the link shown on screen. If you have any ideas or suggestions for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. We look forward to bringing you more exciting content and the things you want to see very soon. So stay tuned. Thank you once again. Catch you all again in the future.